Hello everyone, and welcome to TechSphere Academy. Join us as we count down the top 5 tech news topics from this week. Stay with us to the end to see which story is number 1 this week. But for now, it's over to our reporter Mark to kick us off. Mark, what do you have for us this week?
Thanks, Amelia. Let's start our countdown at number 5 by looking at Instagram DMs that are quite feature-rich now. In fact, over time, it has gained several features that have turned it into a full-fledged chat experience. The company is expanding further with a slew of new features, including new sticker packs, nicknames for you and your friends, and the flagship feature of this update, location sharing. It is now coming to Instagram DMs, which means you can easily share your live location with your friends. Instagram, in its blog post, says that you can share your live location for up to 1 hour with your friends, or you can pin a spot on a map to coordinate your arrival time. This can be especially useful when you are in crowded spaces, such as concerts or other gatherings, so you don't lose track of each other. Instagram says that live location can only be shared privately within DMs, and this works for both one-on-one chats and group chats. Once you share your location, only the people in the chat can see it. Instagram has also made sure that multiple safeguards are in place, including preventing you from forwarding the location to other chats. Instagram says there are 17 new sticker packs, which add up to over 300 new stickers you can use to spice up your DMs. Plus, you will now be able to select a favorite sticker in your chat. Another major addition to Instagram DMs is the ability to choose nicknames for yourself and your friends. Nicknames can be a fun addition to group chats and can reflect how you call or know someone in real life. So, if you call your friends by nicknames, this can now be replicated in Instagram DMs. Instagram says that you can select nicknames for yourself and your friends, but these nicknames won't be reflected anywhere outside the chat. And once you select the nicknames, you're free to change them anytime.
Yes. Thanks, Mark, for running down those 2 great stories this week. If you are enjoying this feature, hit the like button and subscribe to keep updated on all our new releases each week. Now it's over to our lead reporter, Jenny, to take us through the top 3 news stories.
So here we go, counting down the top 3 stories of the week. And at number 3 we have Red Hat's new release of version 9.5 of its flagship Linux distribution. The release notes contain details of all the changes, but be warned. In PDF format, they are 219 pages long. It was followed 5 days later by Alma Linux 9.5 Teal Serval, whose release notes are significantly more digestible. As with previous releases, perhaps the most interesting aspect of Alma Linux compared to its rivals is that it retains support for a wide range of hardware that's been dropped from the upstream distro. In this release, the extended hardware support table contains 140 rows. The following day, Rocky Linux 9.5 followed, with the shortest set of release notes of the trio. Also on November 19th, Rocky's partner in the OpenELA group, Oracle, put out Oracle Linux 9 Update 5. As is normal for RHE natives, they all share much the same list of new features. Cockpit web-based server management UI now includes a file manager. If you want to see the source code but don't want to sign up as a Red Hat customer or developer, the OpenELA announced that it's released its RHEL-compatible source code. Red Hat announced that it is working with Microsoft on bringing Red Hat Enterprise Linux to Windows subsystem for Linux. Microsoft is introducing a simpler way to package up distros so that they can be easily installed in a WSL2 guest session. Simply obtain a tar file for the distribution, import the tar file into WSL, add your metadata, and away you go. Now, moving on to number 2 in our top 5 news stories. This week, thousands of Palo Alto Networks firewalls were compromised by attackers exploiting 2 recently patched security bugs. The intruders were able to deploy web-accessible backdoors to remotely control the equipment as well as cryptocurrency miners and other malware. Roughly 2,000 devices had been hijacked as of Wednesday, a day after Palo Alto Networks pushed a patch for the holes. As of Thursday, the number of seemingly compromised devices had dropped to about 800. The vendor, however, continues to talk only of a limited number of exploited installations. Rumors started swirling last week about a critical security hole in Palo Alto Networks appliances that allowed remote unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code on devices. The manufacturer did eventually admit that the firewall busting vulnerability existed and had been exploited as a 0-day, but it was still working on a patch. On Tuesday, Pan issued a fix, and at that time said there were actually 2 vulnerabilities. The first is a critical 9.3 CVSS authentication bypass flaw tracked as CVE 2024-0012. The second, a medium severity 6.9 CVSS privilege escalation bug tracked as CVE 2024-9474. The two can be chained together to allow remote code execution, RCE, against the PAN-OS management interface. An attacker with network access to the interface can exploit CVE 2024-0012 to bypass authentication and then leverage CVE 2024-9474 to escalate privileges, ultimately gaining administrator access and executing arbitrary administrative actions. The exploits against the two have been observed since Sunday, and dramatically increased after a proof-of-concept exploit went public on Tuesday. While we don't yet know who is exploiting these vulnerabilities once the attackers break in, they are using this access to deploy web shells and sliver implants. A Palo Alto network spokesperson said on Monday the supplier is actively investigating the scope of impact related to these vulnerabilities. Plus, the firewall giant said it's crucial to note that the reported 2,000 hijacked devices is less than half of 1% of all Palo Alto Networks firewalls deployed globally that remain potentially unpatched. At this point we can consider there are many actors conducting this activity and there's no clear correlation lines here to draw to specific actors after the proof of concept went public. And finally, our top story of the week. It just had to be the Microsoft services being offline and other systems crashing. Earlier this week, on X, Microsoft said it's investigating an issue impacting users attempting to access Exchange Online or functionality within Microsoft Teams Calendar. According to DownDetector, a platform that tracks issues and outages impacting major companies, around 860 reported issues with Microsoft 365 occurred in the UK at around 12 p.m. on Monday, November 25, 2024, with 87% of these issues coming from Microsoft Outlook. DownDetector.com also reported issues with Microsoft 365, with 87% of people having issues with Microsoft Outlook. In addition to the issues with Microsoft 365, people in the UK also reported issues with Microsoft Teams. Yet, at the time of this video, November 25, 2024 at 17.18 CET, the Microsoft 365 status on its X account said that the fix has reached approximately 90%, suggesting that problems aren't yet resolved. Euronews reported that users in the Netherlands, Poland, France and Sweden complained of issues with Microsoft services via X and according to Mail Media Services were out worldwide. Microsoft has been experiencing various issues today as the company has to temporarily halt updates for those who have installed various Ubisoft games and have SCL supporting USB devices. The latest Windows update, which includes Wi-Fi 7 support and enhancements for Copilot Plus PCs, has already caused a number of issues. After installing Windows 11 24H2, some reported blue screens of death, a disappearing mouse pointer, and other problems. Let's hope everything is up again by the time this video goes out. Curious how these incidents happened directly after Microsoft Ignite conference, eh? Good news everyone! The latest update from Microsoft is that all systems are green again,